Welcome to the Vocal Lab Podcast with your hosts, Shelby Rollins and Jason Catrone, bringing you the best from the music industry. Get ready for first-class conversations packed with exclusive techniques and transformative insights, all designed to help you reach your top note. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Vocal Lab Podcast. Shelby.
Jason.
Great to see you.
You as well.
Yeah. Summer's gone. Are we happy? Are we sad?
It's not really gone.
It's almost.
It's currently fake fall.
Yeah.
Outside in Nashville right now. This morning it was like in the 60s probably. It's been cool for a couple days. And literally on Thursday or Friday and even into the weekend, it's like 95. So we can't get all that excited yet.
I mean, I've never really loved hot heat. I know you like it. But this year it's made me feel really sorry for people who live on the equator because it just sucks. It's been so hot. It has been so hot. Like, I've just been over it, and fall could not come any sooner. I just love it so much.
Yes, this is where you and I are different. Mm-hmm. One of the ways that we're different, I would say. Yeah. But I do love the four seasons. I just really want the winter one to be
that's one of my favorite hotels.
Extremely short. Of course it is. Of course you just slide that in there. No, I just want winter to be super short. Like after Christmas, I'm done. Like bring spring. Here we go.
No, see, I really like those winter months.
I know they're so depressing and moody. I get like that seasonal depression.
Yeah, but you want to be a little moody.
No, I don't. I don't want to be moody.
You could sit in your sauna.
I do in the winter.
Well, that should help you.
Yeah. Well, because I don't want to get sick. So.
But do you ever get sick?
Yes. Do you?
Yes.
But anyway, I do. I like fall, but because I love fall things and I like fall football and all of that. But I also kind of have this like low key anxiety because it's like winter's coming.
Yeah. So what are your three favorite things of fall?
Football.
You have to use an F word.
Okay. We have a little tradition in our family that is all about F words. That's so bad. And we call it 7F.
Okay.
And it's I'm going to say it in the wrong order. And every year it comes up in our family text thread, we talk about it and we're like, whoever can say it right in the right order wins something, but basically all the F's, count them. Let's see if I can get them. First, family, fall, fire, effin'. I'm forgetting one because I can only think of one more. Fellowship. There's one more. Oh, which one am I missing?
We can't like help you because we don't even know what you're saying.
We basically like wait until it's cold enough to have a fire.
Yeah.
And then when we have a fire, it's like the whole family comes over. We eat. We just enjoy being together. We watch a football game probably. I don't know.
7 Fs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's fun.
First, family, fall, F and fire, fellowship. Maybe it's another F word. I mean, it is another F word, but maybe it's,
Yeah. Well, that's anyway. Where I was, the effing kind of.
I couldn't say it, but it's just buried in there. But anyway, that's something we do that starts with a bunch of F's that I love about fall.
That's fun.
And Thanksgiving, that doesn't start with an F, but I do love Thanksgiving. Food. I do love fall food. I actually love fall food. Fall food's great.
Fall food is way better.
Halloween is at the very bottom of the list. Halloween is sort of a casualty of fall for me. I don't like Halloween. Not a fan. I'm sure we've probably talked about that. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely have a strong opinion there.
What are your favorite three things of fall?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's clothes.
Fall clothes. Cool weather clothes.
Get a little more bundled up.
Yeah.
The food for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think the fires. Yeah. Fire in the fall. It's good.
Well, let's ask our guest.
We should ask our guest because he kind of gave me that little segue in because he walked in today with almost everyone on the planet's favorite fall thing, and that is the pumpkin spice latte coming back to life. Please welcome to today's podcast, Holdyn Barder. Welcome.
Welcome,
what's
Holdyn.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me. I walked in. We've got Starbucks here.
And you told us it was your first one, right?
This is my first pumpkin spice latte of this fall. So
what does that transition mean to you? Tell us what happens before that. Are you just getting black coffee every day? You doing iced coffee?
I'm
You're
not
having
really
coffee?
a coffee person, actually.
Okay.
It's
Really?
just like the aesthetic. And I'm like, I like pumpkin flavor. So I'm like, okay, now it's like transitioning to fall. Well, I'm from Philly originally, and I was up in the Northeast touring all summer. And it finally feels like fall up there.
Yeah.
It's like 50, 45 in the morning. You get the
right
crisp.
there. Yeah, that's what we're talking
Undo the
about.
window a little bit at night. And then I drove back to Nashville yesterday. So this is my first day back in town. I'm like, wait a sec. We just went back 2 months. It's like 95 outside.
Yeah.
It feels like summer. But in my head, it's fall. So hence the Starbucks this morning.
Yeah. So you don't drink coffee other than that?
Usually, I'm more of like a tea guy.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'll have like a chai tea or
I do like a chai tea.
is like similar to pumpkin spice
It is.
So-
it's very spicy.
So
for me.
us-
Pumpkin chai too is.
Pumpkin,
Yeah, I was going to say a pumpkin chai. That's what you want, a little pumpkin chai. That's
Yeah.
real tasty. So I do black coffee pretty much
My dad
exclusively.
does that. He's just straight
I just
black.
do straight espressos, shots over ice.
Okay.
and he's very particular about his
I
coffee
just get
order.
shots over ice. But there will be a day soon when I transition, for the most part, out of iced coffee to hot espresso shot coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll throw in one or two of these kind of lattes during Christmas because, again, it's like the fill. I'm in the mall.
Peppermint.
I'm like walking around.
You go to the mall? Really?
You don't?
I have a middle schooler. Of course I go to the mall.
Yeah. Why is it
Oh
shocking
my gosh.
that I would go to
Well,
the mall?
because to be honest, I thought the malls were these sort of dinosaurs going extinct until my daughter got to middle school. And then I'm like, the mall is alive and well.
Have
Oh
you
my
not been
gosh.
to Green Hills Mall?
No, I mean, I have, but like your
It's like
typical
got everything.
suburban
Like
mall, like
Green
the Cool
Hills
Springs
is
Mall.
the like national exception.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the bougie
ul-
mall.
yeah,
It's like, I want
totally.
to go to Louis Vuitton, so I have to go to the Green Hills Mall. That statement doesn't come out of my mouth ever. But we go to the Cool Springs Mall, which is like the everyman mall. You know, it's got
Totally.
the Pacific Sunwear store, which the children, this is funny. My daughter thinks that she thought I had to school her. I said something about how I was taking something back she had bought and I had to return it for her. And I was like, I was able to return that thing to PacSun. And she's like, she and her friend both were like, why did you just say it like that? And I was like, because that's how you say it, PacSun? What are you talking about? And she's like, it's PacSun. As if it was PAXON.
No.
And she's like, it's PacSun. And her friend was like, yeah, it's PacSun. And I was like, girls.
It's called Pack.
Let me
It is
school you.
PacSun because did you know that PacSun stands for something? And they're like, huh? And I was like, Pacific Sunwear. I shopped at this store when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Trust me. And they were like, oh. But they literally, I think a whole generation of kids call it PacSun.
That's so
And I was
funny.
like,
Yeah, I don't
no.
really go to the malls
Anyway.
with the Paxson.
No, that's why I was surprised when you said that. You're like, I go to the mall with I'm like, you go to the mall? Am I going to bump into you at PacSun?
Yeah, no, you guys.
middle
That's
schoolers?
I got
hilarious.
invited next weekend. There's this opening. This will probably air after this, but of the Ball Harbor shops in Florida. They're doing a
What is that?
pop up. It's like Rodeo Drive, but it's in down Miami. They're doing a pop up in Wedgwood, Houston, a neighborhood here in Nashville, with these exclusive. They're in like containers, shopping containers or shipping containers, but it's going to be like Balmain. I mean, it's like high end stuff. And then there's this. I forget the restaurant. It's a famous restaurant in Florida. Have a pop up there, but you walk around and shop, have a little champagne as you walk, and there's live music. It's gonna be so nice. Can't wait.
How about that?
What are you going to buy?
I don't know. Maybe your Christmas gift.
Okay. You can buy me a Christmas gift. I don't think you've ever bought me a Christmas gift. I don't think I've ever bought you a
I
Christmas
don't think
gift.
so either. Should we start that tradition?
Yes, but we have to include Carlos.
First time
We
for
always
everything.
get Carlos a Christmas gift.
That's actually true. We do shop for Carlos. We should shop for each other.
We should.
I want a gift.
Holden, are you a big shopper?
If it's for music gear, yes. It's for,
Fair.
I have. It's funny. My friends and I make a joke. We have guitar acquisition syndrome. So we.
That's funny.
So we.
Is that
I
really
do have that
Is that
problem.
a thing? I've never heard that. That's funny.
My good friend Tom told me that joke, so maybe it's
okay.
from a long time ago. But
funny.
no, I mean honestly, I've been pretty good with saving and trying to declutter and not spend. Like I'm in a season right now of kind of like spring cleaning, but I'm calling it fall cleaning because we're in fall,
it's fall.
obviously. But just getting rid of all the clutter I have. And like,
isn't it a great feeling?
It's the best feeling ever. And just like paying the bills, getting things organized. And I'm like, okay, like we're back.
Feel like you got your life together.
Yeah, like this morning, I told you earlier, I was like, I hung like 3-4 paintings and did all my laundry from this summer and like literally just organize the whole closet out. I'm going to donate some old clothes. And
amazing.
I just got, maybe it's because I had this morning.
Yeah, maybe it's a coffee rush. Yeah.
Totally.
I don't think I've ever woken up and hung paintings. Like, that's a new one for me.
No. Yeah, that's a new one for me.
Because that involves having to get out a hammer and a nail, Jason.
Yeah, true.
I'm just so excited.
Not very handy, Holdyn.
Yeah. And I'm a summer person. You know, but
well, you grew up on the water, right?
I did.
Boating
so I grew up in a town called Newtown, PA, just like 30 minutes north of Philly. It's Philly for people who don't know the area. And then we have a family vacation home my family's had for 40 years in Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
So cool.
So it's like 2 hours.
I know somebody who vacations there because they grew up going there. Yes, and they talk about how beautiful it is, how much they love it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
But I've only one other person I know on this planet who's talked about Stone Harbor, New Jersey.
Yes. My friends last weekend on the lake were talking about a couple of them one grew up going to there. She's from Philly too, I think, Pennsylvania area, and she vacationed there with her family, and then another friend who was on the boat just got back from there. But it's a small town.
It's a very small town. Yeah, that's all. That's so funny because I never hear people that and we like to keep it that way. You know? Yeah, but it's about 2 hours. It's in Cape May County. It's at the very bottom of New Jersey, and then it's like 2 hours, hour and a half from Philly, and it's awesome. I grew up there my whole life in the summertime, so I'd go to school, and then in the summer I'd live down at the beach, and then we'd go back for school, obviously, in the fall. So.
Well, here's the first question to you out of the gate that's just hit my mind is you grew up in Philly, you grew up going to the lake and vacationing in New Jersey, but you're Ocean.
Yeah. I like lakes.
I thought I said it was a lake. The ocean.
Oh no, yeah, it's on the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay.
I'm like that about the Gulf of Mexico. Well, excuse me, the Gulf of America. That people call it the ocean, and I'm like, it is the Gulf. Get it right.
Yeah. The question is, there's some debate right now of people who didn't traditionally grow up in the country being country music singers, and you're clearly a country music singer. There's no questioning that,
for sure.
Right. So actually, I forgot you were from Philly, and so I wouldn't just meet you or see you or hear your music and be like, oh, he's from Philly. I can tell. It's total opposite. I'm like, no, you're probably from like, anywhere Smallville.
Yeah, well, I actually take that as a compliment. Thank you, because I think a part of my mission, I feel like, as an artist, is to educate the world. Like, hey, even though Philly is Philly and known for its hip hop Motown culture. Like, you go 30 minutes out of Philly, you think you're in Pennsylvania, right?
Totally, yeah.
I mean, so it's a very like country music, at least in Philly, it's a huge market. And every time artists come up and tour, like I saw my first concert, Toby Keith, and it was in Camden, New Jersey, but it's literally right over the river. It's still Philly, but every year, Luke Combs always tours up there. Bryan, like they all sell out all the time, and it's a huge country market. But the narrative, at least in the public eye right now, is that it's not popular to love country. But that's actually changing because there's a lot of tours and festivals now in the area. And but yeah, I was born in Houston actually, so. I lived there the first 3 years of my life. My family was down there for business. We're all from Philly originally.
Okay.
And then I guess that's me singing Garth in the backseat caught on. And then, years later we came back and I was like, let me start playing guitar. And
when did you move down here?
When did I move? I moved to Nashville in August 7th, 2019. So right before COVID, I transferred to Belmont University. I did my first 2 years of undergrad at Lafayette College in Pennsylvania. I was a physics major, which
really
I love physics, but realized quickly did not want to do.
That's something I've never said either. I love physics.
Yeah, I love like that space time.
Path never crossed my mind.
And the theories and space, like I love all of it, but quickly realized like this is not a career. This is just an interest. And actually, I started getting into music. I found a blue guitar shaped paperclip sitting on, like, how they have paper clips, they shape them all different. sizes and things. It's like basically
and
they design them. And it was a blue
clips.
guitar shaped paperclip on my tennis bag one day. This was like 2013. I was still in middle school, and I took it as a sign from God to start playing music, and then literally started singing a couple of years after playing guitar. I was like, oh, it's kind of boring just to play guitar. And then so I started singing, teaching myself on YouTube.
Yeah. And
then once I got through my freshman, sophomore year, I started coming to Nashville for songwriting. And then every time I came, I'm like, all right, I got to move here. And the feeling just grew and grew. And, and then I moved in 2019. So.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Nice.
I'm just so curious. If you're seeing God in paper clips, what else is
I'm like, what have I missed?
I know.
Yeah.
Totally. It was such a, at the time, I didn't really think much of it, but now I'm here in town and did all the cool bunch of shows this summer, and I'm like, oh, maybe that was a little sign. So
I love that.
No, I think you've been
absolutely.
You have been, I've been watching you for 5-6 years now, and
it's just crazy.
It's so crazy to think that, and you definitely are putting in the work and the hustle, and just watching that trajectory of your career just climb, right?
Thank you.
And that's got to be exciting. It's got to be rewarding. It's still frustrating. It's the struggle at times, of course, right?
For sure. And that's like, so I got a new truck in January, and it's already got 12,000 miles on it, and so I'm like, the more miles, the better. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm just heads down in the dirt, just playing as many shows as I can. And just, I don't want to be that guy that looks back, and it's like, oh, I didn't do the work. I didn't do anything. And so, I want to be able to, get on a big stage one day and be like, no, I made this and made it here. And it's been a crazy journey. Like, I transferred to Belmont University when I came to Nashville. And then during Belmont, I was an intern at Big Machine. And then after that, I worked as an event marketing, digital marketing agent for Grayscale Marketing. And then COVID happened and the world shut down. And I was like, you know what? We're doing music full throttle. But that taught me a lot. And, to be able to take all those experiences and then, with school and Big Machine and kind of getting the business side of it, then being able to go, okay, what do I want to do as an artist? And then applying to that. I think that definitely has been awesome to see how both of those combinations. If I wasn't doing music, I'd definitely be doing marketing or managing or something, which maybe one day I'll
physics,
do. I mean,
maybe.
Or maybe. I don't know.
It was actually really interesting to me. I want to kind of circle back where you were like, I realized that physics was a hobby or an interest, but not a career. And we're talking about we're talking about music.
I thought
is
the
alternative, right?
You said that.
Most people would say, well, music is an interest, but it's not a career. I'm going to focus on something more logical like physics. You know what I mean?
Well,
but that's just because we're all so different. But I love that perspective that your thought of it was more in like the passion inside of you, and not that you can't be passionate about physics because you're obviously interested in it, but the passion inside of you was like, no, my path is this way.
Yeah. I vividly remember sitting at my dorm room desk my sophomore year, and it was about 2 a.m. I was doing a problem set for an exam coming up, prep for an exam. And it felt like a prison cell in there. It was horrible. And I was sitting there with my guitar on my lap and my calculator and my pencil. I had like a special eraser because you're erasing so much, like just solving stuff. Anyway, I remember the problem set in front of me and guitar in my lap, and I'm like, I have to choose. Like, it was a very defining moment for me. And of course, I did the rest of the problems, and then I stayed up all night producing on little garage band on my computer. And I had a Jamaican friend, Sham, who I actually haven't talked to him in a while, but we would stay up like every night just till like 4 or 5, just producing music, like literally just having fun, like just because we loved it and we didn't know what we were doing. But that's where that passion grew. And I quickly realized like, okay, like you can study this, like you can pursue music business. And because I recorded a cover song. It was Luke Combs, She Got the Best Man. It was my first song I ever put out. And I was like, okay, I have to get a license for that. And then me looking for that on how to do that, I was like, oh, wait, there's a whole field here. Like something must be moving this, machine or industry. And that kind of led me down the path of studying music business, along with getting better with guitar, with singing. I started taking lessons at my old college, and slowly but surely it morphed into enough to take it and move to Nashville. So
what was the goal before that, though? Did you have like a dream job you wanted to do with physics?
No, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was always a great student. And what I realized was that, once I got to, the end of my freshman year, I was like at that point, like you get through college and you're like, okay, like I need to like kind of start deciding, like where do I want to go? And honestly, like it was not that. Like I just like did not want to do it anymore, the physics path. And I didn't even know why I was studying. I did it because I loved it, but without thinking, oh, what am I going to do in this field? And when, as intimidating as it is, when 90% of your class are Chinese and Korean students that are acing every test, and I'm here with my guitar, and
never thought about that. That's
man,
crazy.
This is intimidating.
Yeah,
because they're so smart. My classmates were so smart, and it was at the point where their love for learning and perfecting equations and figuring things out in labs was just beyond my love for wanting to learn it. And I realized quickly, though, that like, okay, I can learn this. And I wasn't in a box, because it was a very engineering heavy school. And I mean, it was almost Ivy League, which it's probably harder than Ivy League because Ivy League schools are just a sports conference. Is Ivy League. That's all it is. But these are for so Lafayette, you could consider it Ivy League, but it's not a sports conference and doesn't have that title. So they're actually going to hold you accountable for study. And it just, the whole academia of it, and it just wasn't really like fitting with me. And I have a good friend, actually, we're writing tonight. His name's Tom Kozik. He was my guitar instructor at that school. And I met Tom my sophomore year. And he was Eddie Rabbitt's lead guitarist back in the 80s. Wow. And he's got so many stories. And we still write today. Like, we're still friends. We've stayed connected for 9-8 years.
That's so cool.
And Tom was the first
one. But he loves a rainy night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's got so many hits. And Tom was actually... So my vocal coach at the time at the school, Eric Van Houten, great guy. He started training me classically. And then... he's like, Tom, you got to meet this kid. He's like, he loves country music. And he's like, what? Get out of here. Because that's not common. Like, this is not where country music lives. This is everything but country at this school. And he's like, get out. Like, there's no way there's somebody within a 50-mile radius that loves country music. And we met and, like, we had guitar lessons, but we didn't even like work. We just talked about Nashville, and he told me about Belmont, and he was the one that really kind of inspired me to get going down here. And we're still friends. He's got a cut also on the new record, which is crazy. So I want to make him proud too. But yeah, it feels like eternity ago that whole path that I was going to go down. Back to your question, like physics, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew. Once I play guitar and perform, I was like, no, I know I want to do that. And
I think that's so much like the point of college anyway.
To figure it out. But I'm in my 40s and still figuring it out. So like there's so much of an unrealistic expectation on 18-year-olds to know what they're supposed to do with the rest of their 100%. Life. Pick a major. Pick your next 40 years of employment when you're 18 and you've never done anything on your own before. It's actually really unrealistic when you think about it like that. No, I think that's why a lot of
kids,
now.
And it's why a lot of kids change their majors a bunch of times when they're in college.
Well, that's why Gen Z's not going to college.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Like they're like, we've been told this lie.
Yeah.
That we have to go down this path and do this to do that, and just become worker bees forever. Yeah. And they're like, no, I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to be a nuclear physicist, you have to go down that path, obvious, right? But if you want to like start your own business or be a creative or be a coach or whatever, like you can just jump out there, get a mentor and make it happen.
Totally. Like my mom, she has a master's in education. My dad, he never went to school. And so, and he's very successful. And, so it's,
I always thought your dad was a brain surgeon.
No,
I don't know.
No,
I would really hope he went to school.
For some reason, I thought Katie told me one time your dad was a neurosurgeon. I don't know why I thought that.
No, oh my God. I can't even picture that. Oh man.
It would have explained the physics too. It was all tracking.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Bubble.
That's so funny. But yeah, no, we're like on the industrial side of things, our family business, but he didn't go to school, right? And so like the whole notion, I think unless you're going to be a doctor, right? Like if I want my doctor to have a degree.
Yes, we need if Holdyn's dad was a brain surgeon. He would
have
really needed to go to school.
Me, with a needle without knowing what they're doing, right? Sure. So I think if you're a lawyer, you're a nurse, a doctor, of course you need to go down the school.
Yeah. I mean you can't get hired.
But for everything.
Although did you see that nurse in Florida who got arrested a few weeks ago?
No.
She had been nursing for a long time and she didn't have a degree.
What?
She got hired by this hospital.
That. Why do they hire her?
She faked all of it.
Oh my gosh.
And they didn't completely, I guess.
Did she accidentally kill someone? Is that why she got arrested?
Luckily, she didn't kill anyone or hurt anyone. But
can you
she'd been
imagine?
doing it for a long time.
Oh my.
She had no clue what she was doing. She was just like figuring it out. She went.
Oh my. Crazy. Like, how do you even allow that?
Know. How does your mind even trust yourself to do that?
One time in New York, one of my odd jobs, this was early, like when I first moved there, and I got on with a temp agency and they put me in a very small like attorney's office as basically just somebody to answer the phone. And this place was run like by their bootstraps. It was a little ratchet, but they did really important work. So there's no shade, but he had a real law degree, right? The guy who was the attorney there, but he had several paralegals there and they were really overworked and they were like, Shelby, just can you just do this? And they'd tell me kind of what to do.
I think that probably happens in almost every business.
And I mean, I'm like, I'm just answering the phone. And my only job was to tell them, no, he's not available. He's not in the office, and take messages even when he was like sitting right there because he just didn't have time to talk to anybody on the phone. So all I did was just say, no, you can't talk to your attorney, but I'll take a message. Well, anyway, they gave me so much work to do when I finally left. I think I only worked there for about a month or two. And it was like a full-time temp position. When I finally left, because I was like, this is the worst job. But the people were nice. They were like, well, if you ever need a referral, like if you want to get hired as a paralegal, we'll totally. I'm like, I don't know that that's wise. Like I don't know anything about them. I'm a theater major. I don't think you should refer me as a paralegal.
The opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish I had gotten a law degree because it's one of the only careers I can think of where, and you all may think of something else. I can't, but like you literally get paid for anything and everything you do. Like you can go do number 2 poo. And you can make $300 for sitting there because
look at Carlos looking at you right now.
All you have to do is get on your phone and answer an email or take a call.
Bill everything by the minute.
Everything's billable.
Yeah,
$300.
Yeah, right.
The wrong career.
What's that?
I think I picked the wrong career.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Oh boy,
I would be a great lawyer. That's like a field that I've never studied. But copyright law at Belmont, we had to take a copyright law for music, and that was one field.
I actually enjoyed that class.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, this is cool." But like, I know God's not telling me to do that. But
there wasn't a paperclip.
I was good at arguing when I was a child. My parents thought that maybe I was going to be an attorney.
What my high school teacher always told me I should be as an attorney.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dealing with other people's problems, though, I don't think I can do that. But the legal aspect of it, like looking up, laws, studying the Constitution, like literally picking things apart, like I'm really good at that, and but that's not my calling.
I'm curious though, because you've shared things that I would have never expected to know that were part of you, physics and even this that you're talking about. How do you feel like that has impacted your music and your songwriting?
For sure. I mean, when I'm writing a song, I was listening to Ryan Tedder yesterday on a podcast. I forget who it was with, but
it was us. No,
we
haven't had Bryan yet.
We had him on recently. It was no big deal.
Get him on. But he was talking about how he'll sit with a fader for 6 hours, and EQ something and get it perfect, and like getting the drums perfect. And he was talking about how like maybe that's the wrong drum groove or the wrong kick or it's very scientific. And I think I apply that. Like, I think I get it from my physics love, like from back in the day, like because all we did was calculus and all we did was math, and like you have to be perfect with your equations, right?
Sure.
And solving problems. So I think I kind of treat writing a song like a math equation. Like this has to have this tension and release. This needs to go up a little bit. This needs to go down. And it kind of, physics and music are very related.
Well, yeah, music is mathematical for sure.
Yeah, and like even like from a science perspective of like sound waves and frequency, but also, you know, theory, music theory, right? Like it's very mathematical. Right. And I think that's why it clicks well. And so when I'm in the writing room, I try to be very right-brained because I operate very left-brained. So I'm like, okay, let me just get messy, and I have to like force myself to get messy and throw things at the wall and see what sticks because I'm not like that. You know, my place is super clean and organized, very type A, you know. And, but when I'm writing, I know that can work against me. So I try to do that. And it's cool.
It really is fascinating because I think by and large, most creative types are the opposite of this, right? They're more loosey-goosey, scattered, not organized, not disciplined.
That's just you, Jason.
Well, this is very true. Although I do keep a clean house.
Yeah, you do.
But it's fascinating when I meet creatives like you because what it does help your business component
for sure
to that angle of your career, but you literally have to force yourself at times to be like carefree, reckless, and said kind of more stupid, like you were in class, you know,
like the
you're
paintings I was
dumb.
doing this morning. I was like,
I bet you were like,
I had a level, and I'm like, this has to be perfect. But then I'm like,
that's why I've never hung a painting. That drives me crazy.
But then I'll go to my mom's, and she did this like test for herself because she's very much like that. I think I get a lot from her too, but she's very clean and organized, and her TV is just a little crooked, just to train her to be like, no, it doesn't need to be fixed. Like, it's okay. Like, and my anxiety is like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing in the whole world.
So is it full-blown OCD?
I don't know.
Yet?
I've never tested it or anything, but it's only been great. Like, you go in my closet, it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
Yeah, here we go.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe
do you have a thing
OCD.
with germs? Did that?
No.
Okay, so
no.
Do you think someone's gonna die if I'm dead serious? Because you know sometimes people, real OCD people, will think if I do not do this, something really bad.
No,
it triggers
I'm
a fear.
not that extreme.
You're just an organized man.
Yeah, I think I take a lot of
I
take a lot of pride in my environment too, because like if my studio's messy and I've got cords there, like I can't think straight. Like I'm that type of person.
I'm that way. I actually kind of get mad sometimes at my family because I feel like am I the only one who cares about the fact that you have left your plate there for 2 days?
Yeah, I can't do that.
I can't.
But
I can't do a dirty studio either.
No,
like, come on,
this is
come on,
immaculate.
people.
Like,
yeah,
I love this
my
room.
space is always clean.
Thank you.
This is. I can tell that it's very thoughtful. Like it's great.
Yeah, thanks.
But I
Carlos and I put a lot
appreciate
of time. Shelby supported.
I'm like, I supported. I was an executive producer.
She was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's like a dirty studio is just, and we've all been in them. People out there who've not recorded music or been around that, there are a lot of skanky studios.
For sure. And even like digital cleaning, like as a producer too, because I track and I don't produce James Talbot actually produces my music, but I don't trust myself with my own masters. But when I'm demoing or doing, just like quick scratch tapes, all my files have to be named perfectly. They got to be in the folder in the proper order. But like then if somebody asks me and they're like, hey, I need this stem from this track, blah, 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 send it over.
Right there.
Boom.
Done.
I got you. And they're like, oh my gosh.
I
this
do
is great.
like my space is clean, but my my closet, the skeleton in my closet is my digital world. It's not very organized, and I wish that it was, but I'm just kind of like, I don't really know how to fix this.
No, same. Also, my actual closet, I can let it get kind of, it's not dirty, but I just like let stuff go to the floor.
For sure.
And then it'll get really bad. This actually just happened last weekend, and I will spend a few hours and just get it back to perfection. And then I'm like, oh my gosh.
That'll be
I want everyone to see my closet. This is amazing. I just want to hang out here and have tea.
Do an Instagram story and let us see.
Yeah, I should do that.
But I get that, though. It helps for me feel mentally free. It feels like I have the capacity to make space for other things when stuff is kind of clean and taken care of.
For sure.
And I think as a creative, that's an important thing to lean into and to honor and own about your strengths, because to your point, it is important to be able to throw the spaghetti at the wall, be reckless, lean into your right brain. But then at the same time, you have a superpower in the way that you think and the wiring that you have of the mathematical and the physics, all that kind of stuff is such an asset to your art as well,
Thank you.
And seeing, I think the validity of both, like I talk a lot about how in coaching, it's important you're training the cerebral, the like mental aspect of understanding the voice. You're training the auditory, which is your ear, and then you're training the experiential, which is the actual doing of the sound, making the noise and all that kind of stuff. But all three of them have value. Most people lean into one harder than the other naturally. But if you forsake the other ones, then you can be really off balance. But at the same time, you can't also neglect your strength. You need to leverage that because it's an important part of your growth, and it's an important part of growing the weaker places too.
I love that perspective. Yeah, that's great.
That's really cool. I actually heard a podcast the other day by Rod Deerdick talking about this very thing about because he's crazy successful, right? With everything from the Fantasy Factory to all of his shows to his brands, like Monster Drink, like the guy was crushing. But he was like, I woke up one day and I just realized that this can't continue. Like there's so much going on and I'm operating at such a high level, but my personal house is just so messy because I don't have order and structure to it.
Yeah.
And so he started putting these structured systems personally into his life. And he's like, my career is now crazier than it's ever been, but I have this healthy balance of work, life, family, everything. It was so fascinating to hear someone at his level.
Can you send that to me?
I will for sure.
Yeah, that'd be
for sure.
I'd love to listen.
It kind of blew my mind because it's like, oh my gosh, I've always admired this guy so much because he just seems to have the most fun life, doing the craziest things and all this business, and to hear him talk about that. And then also to realize like, oh, you know what? He's kind of not all up in my face all the time anymore. Like just always was. And that's probably a big part of it, but I think it's a really valid lesson for everyone in humanity, but especially the people we're talking about here today on the show, which are the creative artists that we all know, love, and mingle and spin around. How often do we see so many of them? And I've been guilty in my own life at times where I don't really put significant value on that part of my life, that there be some sort of structure, because I've chosen a career that's not very structured. We all have. But we need that at some level, right? And that adds so much value and can further faster your success.
I agree.
And I think that's what we're seeing with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And, music, and that's exactly how I see the music industry too, is it's so abstract. There's so many people. It's a networking industry. And to me, networking and socializing is the spaghetti at the wall, right? That's like the messy, like, oh, I got to go out, meet these people, write down their names, follow up with them in 6 months or whatever. And that's the messy part of it. And the road also is that for me too. Like the show isn't, that's tight. But like being in the bus, letting the band members, throw their beef jerky on the ground or the Slim Jim, like I have to get okay with that. But
they really do that?
I mean, no, they're clean. They're great guys. But like
beef jerky gets expensive.
Yeah,
don't throw that down.
Bucky's beef jerky, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah,
it's so good. They got the whole wall. And
do you go get the little samples just because you get extra free?
I didn't know you could.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. You walk up to the counter.
Really?
They look like a deli wall where you go over there and you can pick out the ones that are behind the case.
They've
got the wall
everything
prepackaged, but then they've got the stuff that's in like a deli case,
and you just get it.
Now that is
it's like going to the deli. It's like going to the deli, and you just get as much there. I don't understand why people buy the bag unless they just are in a hurry. Like
I bought the bag yesterday, and I was like, this is good, but I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Of course they would have that. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. No, that's
They
it.
have
Go to the
everything
counter.
else.
And they'll let you sample stuff so you can get little tastes while you.
I mean,
and
it's
they give you a big
basically
chunk.
it's basically like a Home Goods in there now too. It's wild.
Oh, yeah,
This
it's
is an
definitely like a Home
experience.
Goods. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah,
It's like
they
a
do have very clean
full-blown
bathrooms.
Walmart Home Goods.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, it's crazy.
It's wild.
But what I'm
Anyway.
excited for is, have you guys been to Wawa?
Oh, yeah.
They're
for sure.
coming to Nashville
Yeah.
next year.
What
They're
is it?
Getting the Wawa in
It's like-
Nashville.
Oh, Wawa.
It's way better than.
I didn't know we
it's
were
like
getting a Wawa.
deluxe 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Way better than 7-Eleven or Sheetz, but Wawa is coming to Nashville. And
I didn't
so
know.
they're
Yeah.
coming next year. It's a very Philly, Jersey thing.
Well,
And
you just got what is that Canadian coffee place called?
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons,
Yeah, we got
just
a
down
Tim
the
Hortons
street from here.
in
Have you
Down
been
the
there
street,
yet?
yeah.
Is it good?
whoa.
Yeah, I've only been. I mean, Carlos and I have been to so many Tim Hortons. I didn't
yeah,
just
yeah.
I
rush
didn't
got
know there was
everything
like
here.
a Nashville Tim
I
Hortons.
think
was gonna
In-N-Out's
be legit.
coming too. Are they?
In-N-Out's moving their
yeah.
headquarters to Nashville.
Wow.
We're getting all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, really crazy.
I guess it's because you're like Nashville's very central. In the
That's a
US,
big part
so
of it, you know.
Everything's coming from left, right, and center.
Yeah, but
you know?
Nashville. I saw this thing yesterday that there was like the top 4 or 5 reasons why Nashville is on fire right now, and it's basically because it's the center of music. Number one,
for sure.
we are now the entertainment capital of the country. We get more tourists than anywhere now.
Wow.
And we are the healthcare hub. We have over 900 healthcare companies here, more
I
than
believe
any
that.
other city. And we're an education center because we have so many spots or places of higher education. So all these things together, and then you put in where we are geographically, it makes sense why Nashville has been exploding.
Yeah.
And it's also why there's a buffer. You know, it's like it's going to kind of continue this way for the foreseeable future anyway.
Yeah, and they've got all new skyscrapers downtown. They just built that whole
it's
Nashville yards.
crazy.
And
It's
I mean,
really crazy.
it's just
I
booming.
actually saw over the weekend too that Vegas is seeing a downturn in tourism, and everyone's kind of
Really?
freaking out.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's built on that, and you have all these like costly casinos and hotels that you got to keep going. But the problem was COVID took a hit for sure, but they were just saying like it just kept getting ridiculous how expensive everything is, and it used to be people go there for cheap and gamble, and now it's like no, we got to take out a small loan just to get out here and see a show.
Yeah.
So it's
a city that only works at night, because
Yes.
if you've seen Vegas during the day, it's atrocious.
Blistering hot.
it's so hot you don't want to see it.
Yeah, I was there very pregnant.
Shelby would
and I
love
was
it.
like, ew.
No, that
like,
you
I
love
was
hot.
not. I know, but it's Vegas.
You don't like the
I
desert.
didn't like Vegas.
I like
was
hot.
there for
I hate
Celine Dion.
humidity.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can do
that's the
hot. I
thing.
can't do humidity. Yeah.
I was I was a one and done when it came to going to Vegas. Yeah.
I would go back. I mean, I like to go see shows, but I haven't been there.
And that was basically why we
Have
were
you played
there.
Vegas?
I haven't, but I went 2 times in the last 2 years. I'm actually going with my best friend Chris. Later in October, we're going to When We Were Young Fest. So it's Weezer, Blink
Yeah, that'll
182,
be cool.
Panic, like all the 2000s rock.
That'll be
punk
so
vibe.
sick.
That'll be cool. Yeah. So
I would picture you to be a gambler though, maybe because you're a physics brain,
No,
because it's in the math. Like you want to try to beat it.
I had an old statistics professor who actually invented games with statistics equations and math equations, and
that's
the
cool.
longer you play in the casino, your average of winning goes down. So like it's it's literally impossible to win. So if you go in and you win, like just stop
go.
and go. But I don't gamble, so
Yeah.
unless it's like FanDuel or sports betting, like I'll throw a little $120 or something.
I love my. I didn't like math, but I did love my statistics class. That's always so hard to say. Say it 3 times fast.
Statistics.
I loved it, but there was one of the reasons I loved it. There was this girl in my class. She was real sweet, but she was narcoleptic, so she just fall asleep all the time. We called her Eeyore.
That's so mean.
Well, we didn't call her that to her face. We were in college.
That's so
Eeyore, wake up. That's hilarious.
Speaking of, Carlos over there yawning. We're putting him to sleep.
Okay. I want to bring
3
this
coffees
back.
and I need some more.
I know. I want to bring this back to your music because you started to talk a little bit about this. Take us a little bit further. How you feel like who your whole past and your whole story and origin story has impacted your music and what makes it your unique expression.
Yeah, well, thank you. I grew up listening. I mean, when I was a baby, it was Garth Brooks, George Strait, Brooks and Dunn. I remember I was sitting in the back of my mom's SUV. And I was going 2 pina coladas, and like I'd put up 2, and so like when I was little, that was all that was playing.
Yeah.
And, but then when I got home, when they moved back to Philly, where we're all originally from, Northeast Philly, but growing up in school, I just lived a normal suburb life, kid going to school, and the country wasn't really a thing, and it was just top 40, and it was just like whoever was popular. And but it wasn't until I started playing guitar, I started remembering all the songs I grew up on, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So Luke Bryan was a big kind of intro to all the sounds that I grew up listening to, and he was kind of similar to that. And so I was like, okay, some would argue not, but I started listening to him, fall in love with his songwriting, and Luke Combs, Jason Aldean, and I started remembering all the old artists I listened to, Toby, Garth and Diamond Rio. I was in the gym one day and I heard Diamond Rio's record. Like, this was as I was starting to remember all those songs, like in high school. I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard that song in years. Like, yeah. Or Beautiful Mess or whatever. It was something like that. And I was like, this is so good. I'm like, oh my. So I went down this rabbit hole of rediscovering these songs. And so this record, so I have an album coming out in 2 weeks, September 26th. It's called Better Down the Shore. And down the shore means at the beach, but in Jersey, that's what we say, down the shore. I thought it was a good colloquialism. But the record itself, it's a combination of the songs I've done plus a couple new ones. I'm very proud of it, but I'm actually more excited for the music after this record, because this was kind of me figuring out, okay, who is Holdyn and what are the sounds? So a lot of it is like, I tell people for reference, if Kenny Chesney, Luke Bryan, and Jason Aldean had a baby, it'd be my sound. Yeah. And I think part of that is
3 country singers and a baby. That's the new show on CMT.
Like, and like going to the beach every summer, like down the shore, was a big influence growing up. Like, and so, having kind of I've kind of have a musical set of contrasts in my songs. Like, I grew up, kind of in the country-ish, just outside Philly. But also at the beach. And so I have beach songs, I have party fun songs, I've got songs that are really personal to me, but it was sonically, it's a cohesive album, but I think where my head is now, because, when you're creating music, you're always a couple months, a year ahead of when you're dropping it. So I'm actually even more excited for what's to follow after this record. And it's very much like 2000s, early 2010s, like Rascal Flat, early Aldean vibes, like just gold, just full gold, Nashville gold sound. And I feel like that's something I haven't had, but this record, James crushed it. James produced the whole thing, and Talbot, and it sounds fantastic. And but again, you'll notice, like, when you listen to it, a lot of it's, very pop driven. There's some that are more kind of 2000s, 90s sound. It's kind of a combination of what I grew up listening to.
Yeah, totally. Love it.
But this has taught me, okay, now that I can do these things, play these shows, toured a little bit, now let me package that up and then figure out this fall, and I'm so excited to be back in Nashville, to just write as much as I can with now I know who I am and the sound I really want. Yeah. And, pinpointing that too. So
amazing.
Sorry to ramble.
No, rambling at all. I can't wait to hear it. That's so good. That's
why you're here.
Yeah, that's so good. So we'll definitely be plugging that as it gets closer. Actually, we'll probably try to drop this on that day. Won't
awesome.
We? That would be great.
Thank you.
That's Friday.
That's
my
Friday.
son's birthday.
The 26th? Oh, how sweet.
Look at everything happening on the 26th. That's so cool. So here's a true or false statement. 90s country is the greatest decade of country. True or false?
Oh, true.
Hey, I knew he was going to say that. I agree.
I mean, I'm biased.
No,
that's
I'm
what
with
I grew
you.
up listening to.
Yeah, me too. I grew up in my parents really controlled the radio dial when I was growing up, and it was all like 60s kind of music. Like their generation when they were kids, like that was the music they continued to listen to forever. Yeah. And so we had still do a jukebox, and they like literally plays 45s, and it was all Elvis, the Beatles. It was like the Temptations. It was that era
That's
of
good
music.
too.
And so I grew up knowing all of my parents' generation songs, very little of mine. When I first started driving was kind of really when I finally had control of music a little bit in my life. And I started listening to country for the first time, really, because my parents didn't really listen to country music.
All my
and it
dad
was
listened to.
it was the late 90s. And so it was the era of, like Tim McGraw, Faith
Brooks and
Hill,
Dunn.
Sarah Evans, all of those artists. And I was like,
so good.
this is delightful. And I went through a real hardcore kind of country phase in high school, essentially. And it's funny how I look back on that, and now I realize how that era of country music was such a stamp and a stake in the ground in the country music genre as a whole.
It's like
and people
your
are
personal-
returning to that era a
Oh,
lot.
that for sure. It's like your personal tramp stamp.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Do you have a tramp stamp, Jason?
I'm not going to go
Can you
there.
tell us about it?
Hey, did I hear this recently that there are no longer, there are 0 oldie stations on FM radio anymore? Is that true?
Oh, I've not heard that.
Oh,
Google
I
that.
doubt
Is that true,
can't-
Carlos? I don't know
Really?
why I thought I heard that. I feel like they've all
What
been
a
bought out.
shame.
I
That
know
would be a
Sirius
shame.
XM has a few. I
Yeah,
know
but
they
that's
have
not-
Frank Sinatra.
But that's not traditional
It's not
FM.
It's
just
XM.
like old
XM.
FM.
Just like,
standard.
yeah,
not XM.
broadcast radio.
I can't imagine that.
I know it's hard to believe, but a lot of those stations
Really?
have been bought up. The frequencies, because there's only so many. They get bought.
Yeah.
Speaking of frequencies,
I don't know how that
to our
has
game.
anything to do with frequencies.
Yes, Jason, you are correct.
Wow.
You know how you were sitting earlier? You said, I was in this physics class, and I just felt so dumb with all these people. It's the way these two feel. Every time we go on this podcast, sitting next to me, I hate to bring the truth.
I didn't feel dumb
Carlos-
with them. I just felt out of place.
Carlos, there's more of us than there are of him. We can take over.
That's so funny.
Okay, here we go. In one martini shaker, we have, speaking of Sinatra, I love Sinatra. I love a little martini.
Okay.
One has names of famous artists. The other one has famous songs. I want you to pull one of each out,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about
All
it.
right. So I just
You
won't,
can shake it if you want.
I just won't look.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We'll do that one first.
That one's kind of hard to get your hand in, so sorry about that. I keep saying I'm going to get a bigger one.
We got one.
Okay, tell us what
Adam.
it says.
Dolly. Oh,
Dolly.
Okay. I love me some
We
Dolly.
love some Dolly. And here's a song.
Blinding Lights. Oh, man.
Amazing. Amazing.
So the whole point of this game, I'm sure you figured it out, is you've got to sing Blinding Lights as if you were Dolly Parton.
How would Dolly?
Oh, darling.
How would
my
Dolly
God.
cover
Hold on, I got it.
Blinding
I'm
Lights?
actually really good at impersonation. So
Oh,
Dolly.
yay.
I've never had
Now we're
Dolly.
excited.
I've never done a Dolly impersonation. But remind me how Blinding Lights.
I know.
It's the weekend, right?
Yeah.
I'm blinded by the lights. Yeah. Isn't that right?
Yep, you're
Yep.
correct.
No, dun, 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 dun. I can't remember the words to this song.
I got to get the right key.
Blinded by the lights. No, yeah, what's that
What
next
is
phrase?
the next
What?
phrase? It's only like the most streamed song ever.
I can't sleep until I feel.
lights. No,
I can't sleep until I feel your touch.
Oh yeah, no, I can't sleep until I feel your
I
touch.
can't sleep until I feel your touch. Oh, I'm blinded by the lights. Oh, my,
I like that.
I love it. He's getting into character
trying
over
to
with
do
each
it.
pass, right?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like,
honey.
you're working, you're massaging in your
oh,
dolly.
honey. Ooh, I'm blinded by the lights.
I love it. This is
Okay.
so
So
good, and you
bad,
like
it's so
impersonation.
bad.
We're gonna give you one more try. Let's see what's next.
Oh, my
This
gosh.
is good. Take one more
Oh
step.
my God, no, this is terrible. Wait.
No, this is so good.
That should never be on the internet. But that's okay.
that's why
okay.
we
That's
get
the whole
good views.
point. Reba. Oh boy.
Reba.
Well, you keep pulling the famous ladies
Oh, the
out.
ladies.
Amazing Grace.
Oh, this feels like like a
okay.
song Reba would sing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Get into character. Let's see. Oh wait. I'm thinking of like fancy. Hold on. If I sing a little of like a song I know, then I can.
Yeah, you got it. Get yourself into it.
Reba song.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. They saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh no! I try to get the
She's
so
good. I heard the nuance,
but I'm a guy though, so it doesn't do it. I can't do that.
You crushed that. And unlike most, you didn't shy away from it. You stepped right into
you gotta have fun.
Stepped up to the plate.
So good.
I do have a producer question.
Yeah.
Super important. As a guy from Philly, Pat's, Geno's, or Tony Luke's?
Neither.
None of those three?
D'Alessandro's or Angelo's.
There we go.
Favorite. That's I mean, they're
cheesesteak.
great.
Do you
They're
have
great.
cheesesteaks? Do you have a favorite cheesesteak in Nashville?
I do.
Where?
I do.
Tell us.
So, expert recommendation here.
All right, here we go.
See it too. He was eating
so
cheesesteaks
important.
like we were having hot dogs. Carlos, you were having what? Down
Rice
in-
and beans.
Rice and beans. He's from Puerto Rico.
I would say, so my friends at Brotherly Love Cheesesteaks, they're in the Nations. They're great. They just opened last year. And then Zaire at It's a Philly Thing, ITZ a Philly Thing. I think they're in Belmead or Bellevue. Down 40, you can get off. There's like the Publix there.
Yeah.
But they're great too. And honestly, they're both great. So those are the two I've found so far. Mount Juliet, there's also one. My friend Mindy told me that there is one on Holdyn Barder Park. You get off that exit and then further down past the Amazon facility, and it's on the right in her neighborhood there. So that's another spot I've yet to check out. But those are the two I've found so far that they're legit.
Shelby, have you had a traditional, real legit
like in Philly?
cheesesteak?
With
From Philly.
cheese
And I
whiz.
love that you say cheesesteak and not Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
It's just a cheesesteak, so
It's a
that's great.
cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I ever had one. I've been to Philly a couple times, but I can't remember if I had one.
Subway.
There. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The
I had a
other
good one
thing.
from Subway once.
You'll get something close from Wawa next year when they come. But everyone hates on Wawa cheesesteaks. But
because it's a gas
they're
station.
good. Well, not all Wawas are gas
That's
stations.
why Buc-ee's
so
gets bad rep for their barbecue pulled pork or whatever. I'm like, this is from
I think
a gas
it's
station.
great. Their
So,
brisket is so good too.
I will say I had terrible brisket from Buc-ee's one time. It was not the right color. It was a weird. It was not the
Really?
color meat should be. And I'm like, maybe I'll try this a second time, but I also have to manage my expectations as a gas station.
Totally. I mean, they
It was
cut it
not
right in
good.
front of you too, though. I mean,
Yeah, I argue Buc-ee's is not a gas station. They have gas.
It's Walmart.
It's Walmart with gas. And you know why I say that?
Okay, then you're getting a brisket from
you know why I
Walmart.
say
Is that better?
You know why I say that? Because they actually generate all their revenue from the store. And that's why their gas is so cheap.
What's wild is this.
So
the
there's
gas.
There's always
gas is just
packed.
the gas is just the vehicle to get you.
so
to the
their
store.
expenses are just covered by the store. And
Yeah,
everything else is
that's where all the
profit.
profit comes from is the store.
Wawa's like that too. I forget. This could be very wrong, but if they can cover their fixed costs with coffee sales, everything else in the store's profit.
Not
which is
crazy.
wild.
That's wild.
I don't know if that's true
Wow.
still, but
Yeah.
I think that was how they used to determine if the market was good.
You need to be an owner operator of a Buc-ee's.
Well, they're all privately owned by the.
Oh,
Yeah, they've.
by the Buc-ee's
You can make
family.
125 grand a year being a car wash manager at Buc-ee's.
I saw that on the side.
Yeah,
It's got a whole
crazy.
list.
I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
wow,
they
you
have,
can
they'll
make
have
money
a
here.
list in the
Yeah.
store of like who they're
Yeah.
hiring.
Yeah.
Listen, might get there.
Goodness.
I was
All
there
right.
3 times yesterday.
You went 3
crazy.
times.
The route.
Wow.
So the route from Philly to Nashville, you go out on the Turnpike, PA Turnpike. You go to Harrisburg, down I-81 all the way to Knoxville, straight down. And Virginia's the longest state ever because you're just riding the edge of Virginia, like that curve where it just keeps going. And then, but on that route, they just opened a Buc-ee's in Virginia.
So that was all of your stops.
Yeah,
Or
and
Buc-ee's
I
only.
was just so ready to just for that to open because the drive itself is terrible, but now Buc-ee's is there, so it's worth it.
You went three times and never went to the beef jerky deli. 3 stops.
I gotta do that.
You gotta do that.
I'll do that.
If you are out there and listening, and you're in like Munich, Germany, and you're like, "What are these people talking about?" Just Google Buc-ee's and do yourself a favor.
Make it part of your American tour.
It is quite the thing. Quite the thing. Hey, speaking of things, let everyone out there know where we can find your music. Give them your handles. We'll have it posted, obviously, but
totally.
And give that release date.
Well, again, my name is Holdyn Barder, and I've got my debut album. Let's go. September 26th. I'm so excited. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram at Holdyn Barder Music. My website's holdynbarder.com. I got all my tour dates and all the shenanigans. So,
and if you need to know how to organize a closet or hang some paintings, hit him up for that too. He's got you. Hey, thanks for stopping by today, Holdyn.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Fun. Excited about what's to come.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Vocal Lab podcast. Ready to join the top ranks of the music industry? Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more first-class conversations that make the extraordinary your new ordinary. Until next time, keep striving for your top note.